Hey, this is Big D in the house. I guess I'm going to start a series on small town living. I originally grew up in California, and it seems like I've jumped around a lot, and I've jumped from small town living, from big town living to metro living. So, not too long ago, I lived in a small town in the outskirts of Phoenix. Personally, I love the city. It was a small town. Wasn't really bad. The only thing I really say about it is it was real quiet. It was real clean. It had enough of everything in it to be content. Beyond that, Phoenix is like a good 20-minute drive away, so you can get anything you want. It became untenable once everybody from California started jumping ship. Like houses that were like 120 to 160 G's, right when I was about to get a house, jumped up to like 200, $300,000. Just wasn't worth it. Made me wish I jumped on housing when I was there because I could have seen myself staying in that town. Since then, I've moved to a town called Safford, Arizona, and this place has its own challenges. It's like middle of nowhere town, probably about 90-minute drive from Tucson and about a 2 hour drive from Phoenix. It's like one of those towns, small towns that you find up in the mountains, southeastern portion, well, mid-eastern portion of Arizona, right up next to the border of Mexico, New Mexico, I should say. But this one's going to be pertaining to driving habits. So, one thing that's very annoying in a lot of these small towns that are isolated, like an hour drive away from big cities and stuff like that, is that you have a lot of people that I don't know what it is. It's like small town living slows them down, retards them, and they don't really seem to have a sense of urgency. It's like don't really they're not really in a rush, and a lot of these people will do things that are just overly annoying on the roads. Like they won't take the right away; they'll put the onus on you. A lot of them are bad drivers. I actually stopped riding motorcycles in this town because I got cut off by one too many people that just were not paying attention at T intersections. Not only that, the roads here are kind of god awful. You know, poorly maintained, road grid everywhere, the type that if you're riding two wheels on a motorcycle, you'd instantly fall out from under the bike if you're making a turn. Just stuff like that. But and if it's not that, it's as I said, I can't tell if it's people are just being nice and giving you the right of way, or they just don't know the right of way laws. Like, if you go out in town, there's at least four instances or more where you run into people that, you know, if you've ever driven in a big city, everybody knows whose right of way it is depending on who gets to the cross intersection first. It's the person who gets to their stop first. The problem is you'll find yourself sitting there staring at other people. Nobody wants to make a move, and you're forced to do it, or you're forced to basically point at the people that they should have taken their right away and they're holding everything up. So it just creates dangerous, annoying, aggravating situations like that. And if it's not that, this small town only has three routes out of it. It's basically in the formation of a T intersection, three routes leaving, and a lot of these ways out are two-lane highways. So you'll have situations where, there's a lot of car crashes and highways get shut down for hours on end. You'll have dust storms that happen on the 10 freeway, and trucking routes will cut through our town and go into New Mexico, the one of the other ways, since we're close to the New Mexico border, and it will shut us down for like a good 4 hours, like 4 hours of backed up traffic. And again, if it's not that, it's the school buses. Like this is semi-rural, you got the inner city and then you got like rural living on the outskirts on the way out of town. you still have buses that pick kids up, and instead of having like localized bus stops, there's like 50 bus stops that hold up traffic on the way out of town. So, I mean, if you're going to one of the mines, you're going to one of the prisons, you're pretty much being held up because, these kids don't have like one or two central bus stop locations. I mean, you see their parents, they're just sitting there in a car watching their kids go to the school bus. You tell me they could just drop them off at a central location and make the flow of traffic better. So, that is one thing that you will notice. Like the people in these small towns, they don't speed things up, they're not efficient, and they will hold you up. And if you come from a big city, they will have a lack of a hustle culture, and it will drive you crazy. Like one of the things that I've heard stories of, but I've never dealt with till I moved to this town of Safford, is people will have full-on conversations with half the people in the line at a cash register. And if you're already on a time crunch, you're trying to get out and take care of business, this could tag on like 10 minutes worth of your wait time, and it's just annoying. These are some of the headaches you'll deal with that will hold you up in small town America. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about making a move. Like, if any of you guys have ever heard of Aaron Clarey's Reconnaissance Man, check out that book and implement those ideas before you move to a town. Like, this place, it's not god awful, but it has a lot of negatives to it. Big D out.